Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Jay, and I usually do these kind of videos like um, I record them and then I put uh, a picture over it and make it into a podcast or therapy sessions like I started out doing when I started making YouTube videos. But I feel like when it comes to this specific topic, talking about like my daydreams and stuff, I think I should do it like face to face. I feel like I can get across more like emotion or make things more raw or whatever. And in this video, I want to talk about my paracosms and my paras and all my daydreams and all that good stuff. And I just, I don't know, I think that this would be a better idea. So don't mind me, I'm just chilling. I don't know if this audio quality is going to be 100% completely shit, and I'll just go back to doing it on my iPhone because that's the best microphone I have. I have another phone somewhere, but it doesn't really have that good of quality. I just have to keep my voice very low because if I talk louder, then my microphone that's attached to this laptop decides to cut out and be a little bitch. So you guys get to see my greasy face today. So I'm actually reading off of a book that I'm writing currently on Wattpad. And you can judge me for that, and I will not blame you. uh, but I'm Today I am going to, I think I said this earlier, I'm going to be talking about my paras, and I'll talk a little bit about the scenarios that they're in, not like all of them because you don't want to know that. But I just feel like, you know, I want people to know what goes on in my head because I am immensely afraid of dying, and I know it's going to happen one day, and I just can't help the anxiety I just that it might just happen randomly. And I really want to do something with my life. I want to be something. I want I want to make music. I want to write books. I want to make TV shows and movies about all the things that are inside my mind and about my life because I've been through a lot of shit, and I'm not the kind of person that I'm an open book. I don't want people to, I don't know, I'm just not very reserved. I mean, shit, if I could be like the cool, mysterious type like my parents, then shit, sign me up, but I'm just not. I'm just really like awkward and like, oh, but do you want to hear about this? And people are like, so I'm going to start by talking about my main para, Adrian. And the thing about Adrian is that he I don't know how to put this. A lot of people have like 10 pairs, right? And each pair has a different personality. I have one main para and he has a million different personalities in the one character. So let me start reading. In my daydreams, I have a main protagonist and his name is Adrian. But the thing about Adrian is that depending on the scenario, his personality changes, his physical attributions and small things about his personality can change. I've broken down these colossally large versions of Adrian into three main core personalities: the Adrian personality, the Aiden personality, and the Adam personality. The main reason for separating Adrian into these categories is so that it's easier to explain the plots and the scenarios that go on in my paracosms, because they usually consist of Adrian meeting himself from an alternate dimension, and we'll get way into that later. Um, It'll be really hard to explain a scenario like, oh, Adrian meets Adrian, and then Adrian tells Adrian that he likes Adrian's shirt, and Adrian says, oh, thank you, and you're like, Who is who? What the fuck are you talking about, crazy ass bitch? Greasy ass face hoe? Oh, I'm done. I'm done. Uh, so if I say Aiden is talking to Adam, you can understand it a little bit more. So I'm going to talk about Aiden and Adam and their personality traits, and and then we'll continue on that bridge. Adrian is the official name of Aiden and Adam. Like, I think I already went over that. So, whenever you hear me say in the future Aiden, I'm really saying Adrian with the personality of Aiden. And if you hear me say Adam, I'm actually just saying Adrian but with Adam's personality, you know? Uh, Aiden is more quiet and reserved. He's been honestly through a lot more bullshit than Adam or Adrian. He's just been through so much shit that it's unbelievable. And he's kind of more grungy and more like just more like, I guess you could say he's more dark or alternative or whatever. And I'm not trying to downsize what happened with Aiden or not Aiden, Adam or Adrian in their life. I mean, they've obviously been through shit too, but I think Aiden just really takes the shitstorm. Adam is the more lighthearted version of the two. He's usually very hyper and energetic, and he can just be the adorable shy type. Not shy in the way that Aiden is. Aiden, I guess he's not really shy, he just doesn't like talking to people. And Adam's just, he's the same way, but he's just more timid about it, you know? He's very altruistic and optimistic and is the complete opposite of Aiden. And it's a spectrum. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen a post that highlighted it, and it was the Aiden and Adam spectrum. And then Adrian was right in the middle. And Adrian has his own personality too. Like he's just kind of the middleman, pretty average life. I mean, he's been through stuff, but like not crazy. But we'll get into all of that later. So the next thing I want to talk about is where all of my daydreams take place. And if you've ever seen like Rick and Morty, no, my daydreams are not based off of Rick and Morty, but I think it's the easiest way, it's the most relatable topic. If you've ever watched Rick and Morty, you've seen the Citadel where Rick and Morty go and they see all the different versions of themselves, like Cowboy Rick and Morty, like in Black Rick and Morty, or whatever, you know, Doofus Rick, whatever. Um, and it's kind of like what I have, but I mean, I've been daydreaming about this specific scenario since I was like 12. I was like, what, 7 years ago? Um, and it's called the Dimension Convention Center. And the Dimension Convention Center, also known as the DCC, is basically this huge organization where people go to meet alternate versions of themselves, whether that be for trade purposes, government purposes, recreational or entertainment purposes. Uh, some dimensions have materials, foods, plants, medicines, technologies that other dimensions don't. So, during the international dimension. So when international entered the not basically in a nutshell, you can go read it because I just too many words and I'm stupid. Uh, Basically, somebody discovered how to go to other dimensions. That's not what I daydream about, but that's a part of the world. They figured out shit. We can go to other dimensions now. And what did us humans do? We made it into a concert thing. Like, that's not the right word. But we basically, of course, earn money off of it. So now it's a convention center. Imagine going to a concert to watch Ariana Grande, right? Uh, and not only are you going to watch Ariana Grande be a fucking queen singing Seven Rings, fucking rapping that chorus. I'm sorry. But you also get to meet another version of Ariana Grande where she's like a rock star from another dimension. Like, and imagine being Ariana Grande, meeting herself as a freaking rock star. That's fucking cool. And that's basically Adrian, because in pretty much every single version of Adrian, he's some sort of singer or actor. Don't really think about that. So I might listen to uh freaking let me think Green Day or some emo shit, like My Chemical Romance or Arctic Monkeys or Billie Eilish, and I'll be daydreaming about Aiden, right? Uh, or I might listen to something more lighthearted, like not like Melanie Martinez. She Adam or Aiden, I could be thinking about when I listen to Melanie Martinez. But like if I'm listening to Ariana Grande, for example, I'm definitely daydreaming about Adam because that kind of music, that kind of stuff fits with his personality. And I think it's like really cool. I mean, and pretty much all of the scenarios I daydream, it's usually like this. Aiden or Adam, either one, goes around a corner and bumps in to the other Adrian. So Aiden goes around a corner, bumps into Adam. Adam's like, oh my God, you, and he's like, oh, you're Adrian? Yeah, I'm Adrian. And they meet, and it's a whole thing, and it's so freaking cool. And when I get tired of that specific scenario, I daydream about another version, slightly different version of Adrian meeting himself, who's slightly different. Who is blowing up my damn phone? Look at my screensaver. Can you see that? That probably doesn't look right. I can't hear it. And somebody replied to my Reddit post. Okay, I think this video's over. But I actually want to pick this up at another time because this is something really interesting to me. Next time I'll have my thoughts more organized. Who am I kidding? I'm ADHD as thick, so maybe not. I'm trying to find a psychiatrist. I just turned 18 and I aged out of foster care. And now I'm living with my aunt and her husband in this wonderful, beautiful house in this amazing neighborhood. So pretty. And their dog Jake. And now I have to adult, and I'm trying to call my insurance to find like a psychiatrist and blah 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 for like meds and stuff. And every single one is like, oh sorry, we're not doing anything till December. We don't have any openings till December. Or they're like, oh we're not insured with my insurance anymore. And I don't want to be an adult. But when you're in foster care, when you turn 18, you move out. You go to independent living, or you move out with family or with your boyfriend, and you're on your own. Uh, but I have a good support system, so I'll get through it. I just hope that I don't run out of pills before I find another psychiatrist, because then my anxiety will be 10 times worse. But I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Have a wonderful day and take care of yourself.